Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Tuesday. We're going to continue part 2 in this case, and that's still with regards to the Mazda 3. The Mazda 3 got all changed with the engine mounts and well, 2 engine mounts, and also some tinted windows had to be taken off, and cleared the lenses on the front of the headlights and so forth. Today we're going to continue this, and that this Tech Tuesday is going to be with regards to a common problem on the Mazda 3 series, which is actually the power windows. The power windows apparently in those cars is made by a mechanism that has gears inside them. They're all plastic, and over time they actually kind of dry rot and they get kind of weak because the temperature in the cabin is going to be so hot that the plastic after a while gets very deteriorized, and therefore at some point down the road you might lose a tooth or whatever on the gears, which means that the windows will stop intermittently halfway down and won't come up, or stop halfway up every time the gear turns around. Now you can actually buy a set of refurbished gears both on Amazon, also at any auto parts store, and you can do it yourself. You can also buy the whole servo if you want. It depends on how much you want to spend on it. The cheapest way is actually get the gears, take it apart, and it takes only a few minutes to do it, and it's not really hard. And here's the video how to do it. I'll show you that, no problem at all. So in this video we'll go through the power windows, we'll take some tinting off the windows, and we'll check out all the doors, the switches which is in there as well, and that in total is going to make the last part of this Tech Tuesday. So I hope I can inspire somebody to try it yourself. Go out and get the parts, and then go ahead and take it apart. It doesn't take long. I'll show you how to do it here, taking the doors apart and also the servo motor itself with the gearing inside of it, and replacing all of those. So stay tuned and follow me on this. Since the Mazda also has had some really bad damages with regards to sunlight on the paint job, being on the hood, on the top of the roof, but also on the rear, on the trunk basically, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of a cover up to go ahead and take care of this, and I'm going to use something called plastic dip. So it's going to be a plastic kind of paint that we're going to put on top that you can peel off whenever you want. You're not going to go ahead and make any scratches or deteriorate the paint that's on there already. So it's going to look a little different, but it's going to protect it for a lot of the UV light, especially in the sun, over the next at least a year or two. And it's not going to cost much. They're only about $6 a bottle for per plastic dip, and I think what we're going to do today, we're probably going to use about maybe 6 or 7 bottles of that, and it's going to look quite nice afterwards. And at least the hood and everything else will be protected by standing out in the sun when you leave it, or if you have to stay for a few days on a parking lot while you're gone for a trip or whatever it might be, and then the car will in these circumstances actually be able to withstand the environment. So stay tuned for that as well, and we'll see how good it goes. If you haven't already done that, please go ahead and subscribe and like and share the information that's on this channel. It doesn't hurt, it's free. Go ahead and enjoy that, and also you'll help me out, you'll help somebody else out as well, and I'll be happy to come up with another video whenever I can. So please click the like, subscribe, and also notification bell, and you should have a notification when I make another video and whenever some news comes out, and that way you can keep you all posted what's going on this channel. Thank you. First things first, well, let's take the panel off. There are a few screws that is actually opening here with a small flat-headed screwdriver. As soon as you get the flat-headed in between here, and you can actually open that little access point, and another access door down here, they're now getting reached with a Phillips screwdriver. Take them out, and then you can pop the whole liner off nice and easy, and you get to the motor on the other side. So let's get started. Start off this one. See, it runs down nice and easy, but it won't come up. It's going to make the cracking sound. I'll see if I can make it for you. Like this. So this is where the gears doesn't work anymore. So let's go ahead and get that all sorted, and we should be on our way in a heartbeat. Just loosen all the clips with a flat-headed screwdriver or a special tool that you can get as well, and that would actually allow you to get access to the liner on the other side. Just do it slowly, don't force anything, because that won't help you. Take that one off, there we go. And 1, 2, 3, we're out of the woods, and we can now remove that whole inner liner like that. There we go. This is where the assembly is, so let's take that one off as well, and we should be able to get this up and running within so long. Let's see. You can take it with a 10 or you can take it with Phillips. I just took the easy way out, took the Phillips in this case. Go. That one. You can also buy a complete new motor mount if you want, with everything in it. It's a little bit more expensive than the new gears, and if the motor still works, there is actually no reason for it. So this is how it looks like. This is actually ready to be. So we're back at the test bench. This is what we're going to take apart. There are some screws here in both ends. We're going to take this nice and easy out, and all the gears and gizmos that's in this bag is actually inside this little servo mechanism, and that's what we're going to go ahead and take off. There's one on each door, and let's go ahead and see how bad they really are. So stay tuned and we'll fix that right now. There is a little bit of a trick to get in here. There's like a few locking mechanisms you have to unlock, and then you can get your screwdriver nice and easy in the side like that, and that will pop it open slowly. Just make sure you do it evenly all the way around, and then you can take the whole assembly apart. Now there is an O-ring in here as well, and that O-ring is of course not, as I can see, incorporated in the refurbishing kit, which is a little bit a shame, but anyway, this is how it looks like. So now we can change it all, put some new grease in, and that's what we are going to do. Let's see if we can start with this. We can probably also see here's one of the teeth, and that's the problem why the window does not work anymore. So the teeth that are in here, as you can see when I take this one here out as well, is actually missing right there. The rest is fine too. There's one tooth missing here. There's a tooth missing, and there is a tooth missing. So if you look at it, you can really see nice and easy that they're missing a whole bunch of them there, a whole bunch of them right there as well. So this is basically the problem. Now this is also broken, as you can see. So all in all, it doesn't make it easier for the motor to run really. So just take these things apart. I'm gonna put in a new O-ring. I got them already laying over here, so they're going to be new O-rings in. I don't know if it's going to be the red one or it's going to be the black one, but anyway, we'll see here in a second if these are actually, they might actually be working still, but I think after all these years, change them. You're better off. Clean all this out, get some new grease in. I'm just going to use a multi-purpose grease that also works in salt water, and I've had really good experiences with that, and it is a little more expensive though, but that's what I'm going to use today because I don't have the other one, so it's going to be like a marine grease. And I'm going to fill it in there, and that's going to work absolutely fine. I took some detergent and flushed it in here too, just to make sure I get all the rest of it out. You need to, because it really is a pain if it's not 100% clean before I put the other stuff in. Plus you can have adverse reactions as well. So just to make sure that everything is working fine, use a few Q-tips or cotton sticks here to make sure you get everything out, and also all the way in the corners. It's a good idea. You can still have a tooth laying from the plastic that you had in there before, and you just want to make sure you have everything out before you put anything in there. Because if there's a tooth like this plastic one still in here, which it can be, because I can see here I'm missing I'm missing 3, but I only found 1. It could be grinded up in all this mess that's in here as well, but you want to make sure this is completely clean, otherwise you're going to end up with the same problems one more time. So just do a good job on that. So let's assemble the new set again. The old ones are taken out, so I have an idea about where they are, and let's go ahead and do that. I just greased, or actually degreased the whole thing in here, so let's give it some new grease in there. And same thing, of course, on this part. You don't have to put a lot on there because it's gonna come all over the place anyway. It's gonna grease itself up anyway, so you should be fine. Just make sure you get in most of the places, and there we go. That's going in there. Then we'll take this one. Actually, let's go ahead and clean this one here first. There we are. We'll put some grease in that one too. Now this little gear right here needs to go in so it fits into the wrinkles from the that little motor mount there too. So just make sure you get that sorted. Then we're gonna go ahead and take all of these. There we are. It's going to plant itself around, so if you don't get it all the way in, don't worry too much about it. As soon as you start moving this around, you're going to have grease on all the gears anyway. So that should be working nicely. There we go. I assembled this one as well. It was all taken apart before, so let's go ahead and put that in. A new O-ring. Perfect. We'll give it some grease so it runs nicely. Same thing on these gears. Then we put this around. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take that one out again because I made the wrong, I took the wrong one here. Sometimes you have to do it all over again, but that was my own mistake. Let's see here. We'll take this black one here out, and that was the old one. Let's go and put the new one in. So here we are back in the car again and ready to install this part. It should be fitting straight on. A little bit of grease came on there too, and there we go. And let's just see here. Get in. Ah, well, it looks like it does. These 3 back into place. Use it with your hand. Don't use any mechanic tools like electric or pneumatic tools or whatever, because you're gonna break the plastic that it actually holds everything together, and that's not gonna work for you. So just use your hands, and then if you wanted to retighten it to make sure it's all set with a 10 socket, you can do that too. That's fine, but just use it with your hands, because you can better feel if it's actually right where you want it to be. So don't rush it and don't be tough on it. It's definitely not worth it. Let's see here, which way is it going? There we go, that's all set. And that's basically concluding that first, let's say, refurbishment of the electric motor. Let's see if it'll go up and down. I'll have to go ahead and connect the switches. So let's see here if we can do that while you guys are actually watching too. It might be hard. Let's see. They're now connected. Let's have a look at the windows. Going up and down. Oh, we need to put some power on. That might be a good idea. There we go. It runs beautiful up. Locked. Goes beautiful down. Can it stop immediately? It can. Well, the windows back looks like new again, so that's perfect. Done deal, fixed. Let's go for the other three. Well, here we are back again out in the car, and this is now the right passenger front seat passenger door. So let's take that off the same way as we did with the other one and repeat the process. Start out with these small covers that's in here. There's like 2 screws, and they're all Phillips in there. A little flathead screwdriver to take off the first cover, and once you have that off, you're actually ready to access it with your Phillips screwdriver, and they are not tight in any way. Just go ahead and take them out, leave them somewhere where you remember them, and then once you have all that sorted, you can take the rest of it out like that. And then this one over here as well. These are the only 2 screws that's in the door, so it should, as soon as you have them out, you should be able to go ahead and work with the rest. There we go. Now take your flat-headed as well, and then get all these small plastic locking mechanisms in here to release. There it was. Just be careful with it. A lot of funny stuff coming out of these doors when you open them. There it was, last one. And do it backwards. Stay on there. And the 2 locking mechanisms that are attached in here as well. You can take them off right away, and then the whole door comes off like that. Very simple. Here's the motor, so let's go ahead and free that one up too. We'll get it out right away. As soon as you have the 10mm on, it comes off really nice and dandy and fast, even though it's not a speed contest. It's still nice to go ahead and get it disassembly, and you can work with it later. Go. There we are. Now this one coming out. Make sure it stays in there. That's really important. There we are. There we go. This is now what we're gonna go ahead and refurbish to. So let's go ahead and change this as well. So we're back on the test bench again. This is with door number 2. Let's flip this around, and let's take this apart and see how it is inside as well. It looks okay though, so that's alright. Anyway, you push these in right there and it should come off nice and dandy. Let's see. So here we are. This is basically what we got to work with. Let's take this stuff out and see how it looks like on the other side. Let's clean it. Oh well. As you can see, I just brought out my power supply over here, but that's because I want to check the motor that's in here. I just checked it on and it runs absolutely perfect. Spins and everything, no problem whatsoever. So let's go ahead and put the new gears and all that stuff into place. There we are. Motor is now ready to go. New gearing systems inside of it. You just need to put a little bit of grease on this one too. There we go. And you're ready to go. Let's go out and install it. So we're actually finishing off some of the projects here as well. The Mazda needed a little bit of a refurbishment on the hood, and I'm just plastic dipping it right now, so it's gonna have a little bit of a matte kind of black look, but I think it's gonna look really nice when it's done. It just needs to be put on very lightly, otherwise it's not gonna look fun afterwards. But it's gonna be a matte dark kind of gray dark whatever in the front, so it looks like it actually matches up with the front grille as well. So it's gonna be fine when it's done, I'm quite sure. So this is what we're gonna do on there now. It can be peeled off easily, just like a plastic coating like this, and then it'll be the same red color underneath as well. But anyway, right now it's actually painted up, and it should actually match the grille here in the front as well, as you can probably see underneath the painting and the shielding there. And then it should be nice tomorrow. We'll see how, whenever it dries up, how it looks like. The next thing we've been doing is we've been fixing all the doors. As you can see, I've had the door all taken apart here as well. Let me get some light for you guys, should be better. Here we are again. Yeah, well, we have been taking all the doors apart completely, and this one here has been taken completely apart, and then been refurbishing the servo motors in here, which is all the plastic gears which are located inside this little unit that's right here. So you got a normal motor up here, and then you got plastic gears to drive the window up and down. After that, these needs to be resurfaced once in a while, and then make sure you grease them up as well. That's really a good idea. Remove all the tint on the windows, because that way people can see something again. And this has been done on all 4 windows on the whole car, so it actually starts looking like a brand new one, and it actually runs really nice as well. So let's keep going and see what we get to. Hi everyone, Tech Tuesday is over for this time, and the Mazda finally got a little bit of a different look. As you can see, got a black hood to go ahead and protect it for the sun. This is all plastic, it can be peeled off anytime you want to. So this is the final, let's say, look at the Mazda. It's got a black roof as well, and it's got a black on the back here as well, as you can see. So I was debating whether or not to do it on the sides as well, but so far we'll leave a little bit of roughness on it, and then we'll see how it goes. It's an older car, but it works. So what did we do on this thing? Well, we changed the engine mounts, we changed the fixed the windows, the roll up and also the roll down part. The electric windows didn't work very well, so all the gearings in there is actually very easily done. You can order them online and put them in. It takes a little bit of finesse basically, but if you take your patience with you, it should be very easily done as well. Then on top of that, we took the tint off the windows in the front, so you can actually see something out of the windows, side windows now, and then also polished up the front headlights as well, so they actually do shine a light in front of you when you drive. So this is concluding the Tech Tuesday for this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like, subscribe button, and I'll come up with another video as soon as I can. See you next time.